I'm Donna.
And I'm Bruce. And this is Lyrical Wisdom.
Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Donna.
What a beautiful day.
It is a beautiful day.
It definitely is. I am having so much fun.
I am too. I am definitely identifying with my inner child this morning.
Oh, yay. Yay. All right. We're going to have fun today.
Yes.
It is. We have so much fun being with you all. And we have another request for you.
We do. We have a request today. Let's see here.
This one is from Allison Bedrosian.
Oh, thank you.
Daughter.
I actually didn't have a name on my list. No wonder.
Yes. And we would like for you all to continue to send us your requests, too.
Yes, please send in your requests to lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. That is lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com.
Yes, we have so much fun, and it really means a lot when we get your requests. It makes my heart happy.
It's
because
incredible.
It means you're listening.
Yeah. It is so incredibly fulfilling. And so many requests from so many places.
From all over the world.
It truly. And
yeah, I'm so excited.
I am too. And we just really look forward to getting through them. We kind of go through them in a random order, but just please listen because we will get to all of them. And I love the idea of maybe having too many requests. We don't know if we're ever going to get through them. We're just going to keep going and keep going and keep going. That would make my day. I mean, that is so much love from you guys. We so much love that. So thank you very much.
And you can always go to YouTube and check to see if your request has been played and you happen to miss it.
Oh my gosh.
Because we now have a YouTube channel, Lyrical Wisdom. Yes, just go on YouTube and search Lyrical Wisdom. Yeah. We would love for you all to at least go on and subscribe because it will help us get out there and get the message out to more people.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. Yeah. Like, subscribe, and, let us know what you think.
Leave a comment.
Yeah. Leave comments, suggestions, requests. Everything's out in the open there. Yeah, please do.
Yeah, you can also send your requests through the comments
Absolutely.
On Lyrical Wisdom on YouTube.
Yeah. And by liking and subscribing, that really kind of helps build our community out there. So please subscribe. It really doesn't take very much but a click.
Oh, that's true. We love you guys so much. Are you ready for this beautiful song? I mean, I read the first lyric and I was like, oh.
Yeah, no, we got to get into this one.
Yeah, this is a beautiful song. The title is The Things I Regret by Brandi Carlile. There's a hole in my pocket where my dreams fell through, from a sidewalk in the city to the avenue. There's a leak in my dam about the size of a pin, and I can't quite remember where the water's getting in. But when you're wearing on your sleeve all the things you regret, you can only remember what you want to forget. You feel it tugging at your heart like the stars overhead, till you rest your bones on the killing bed. Let them roll over me when I doubt you. With the weight of the world resting on my back, and the road on which I've traveled is as long as it is cracked. But I keep pressing forward with my feet to the ground, for a heart that is broken makes a beautiful sound. When you're wearing on your sleeve all the things you regret, you can only remember what you want to forget. Let them roll over me when I doubt you. I walk through my days like a ghost in a dream, but the field carries on and my past follows me. It's hard moving on from the things you've done wrong when they play in your head like an old-fashioned song. When you're wearing on your sleeve all the things you regret, you can only remember what you want to forget. Lonely miles without you. Let them roll over me when I doubt you. Let the ground keep my bones. Let the water be my home. Let the dust hold my soul like the holy rolling stone. Beautiful, huh?
That was amazing. It really inspired me to almost want to give that just like a moment of silence at the end there. Like it just seemed appropriate to just kind of, and
Take it all in.
Yeah, exactly. And
let
to
it
just
soak in.
let it kind of, so be it, you know, it just, oh my gosh, this is a beautiful, beautiful song. And hearing you read it made me think of nursery rhymes in certain ways. I don't know how to describe that, but it reminded me of being a child listening to nursery rhymes or fables from stories that are, you know, telling things about.
Well, she did write it in a beautiful way in that it was rhyming.
Yeah.
Through an avenue pen and in. And I really, really just the words that were chosen are just perfect.
They are. They just seem to, like, you can't help but read them in a rhythm that seems to just flow exactly right for how you would, I believe, how you could read this song, because I think you just did that so beautifully.
Thank you.
And yeah, no, I just...
I do get the reference, though, to the nursery rhyme, because there's a song, there's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. From childhood, right, Bruce?
Yes, that's true. That's true.
So, I mean, if you can envision that, I mean, think about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know the word really, because the feeling is coming over me right now when I discover that there's a hole in my pocket where my dreams fell through.
Yeah, that's in the way that phrase, that sentence, that lyric kind of strikes me as, there's a hole in my pocket where my dreams fell through like a drain. It almost got like the dreams got washed down the drain.
Well, not only that, but it's also like a sense of security being lost.
Yes.
Or a sense of being.
Yes.
Because it's your dreams. It's
yes.
everything you are creating or think you're creating in
yes.
life to find them disappearing.
The things that you had hoped for and dreamed for and loved and lost.
Just disappeared.
Disappearing.
And it's like, where? Because that's the other thing, is when the hole is in your pocket and you're walking from a sidewalk in the city to the avenue, it's like I don't know where they are.
No, exactly. And, or, you know, the sidewalk in the city.
Think how sidewalks get trampled
in
a city.
And they are also not the same size as the avenue. So, you know, it could be like a little one to a big one, but it's these, you know, it's this urban feel to a sidewalk in the city, to the avenue of being, just like you said, trampled on down that city sidewalk. Because holy cow, if anybody's out there listening and you've been to New York, you know how many people walk on the sidewalks in any major urban city to the avenue where all of that extra traffic is happening. That's a really good way of looking at it.
And for me, it's a beautiful way of saying also perhaps that the city unstitched her pocket, meaning that part of her dream was being in the big city. Most people do dream of, I want to go to New York. I want to be in a big city.
Where things are happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they get there and they just realize that their dreams are just being sucked away, taken away.
It's unraveling the pocket and putting a hole in there. And yes, and then that It's interesting. We already use this word because in the next lyric it says, "There's a leak in my dam about the size of a pin, and I can't quite remember where the water's getting in." And that one is I feel like that's like the force field that we build upon around ourselves to protect ourselves.
Yes.
And that's that some people might try to or want to refer to this as the heart wall or something of a wall or a dam, a force field that is protecting us. But you know what? I know there's this tiny little hole. I can feel it. And there's a leak in my dam about that tiny little pinhole. And I can't quite remember where that water's getting in because I can't find it. But there's a leak there. Things are breaking through.
Right. In other words, I know I'm drowning. I know that I'm no longer that, beautiful, wonderful young person with full of dreams and life. And then because all my dreams have fallen through the hole in my pocket and now I'm drowning. Water's getting in.
Water's getting through.
And I can't remember where that pinhole is.
Yeah, can't find the hole. I want to plug the hole, and but the water's getting through. The things are getting through. They're reaching me, and then it says, "But when you are wearing on your sleeve all the things you regret." I really like how that is said because I immediately thought of what my father once said to me, and he said, "Bruce, you wear your heart on your sleeve." Mm-hmm. And I understand the feeling of wearing your heart on your sleeve, and I also understand the feeling of wearing all the things that you regret on your sleeve, because sometimes you find a love for something that it wasn't meant for you to love that thing, potentially, because you can love it, but it's probably going to hit that sleeve kind of hard somehow, because that's where that heart is attached, and it's easily hurt because it's out there in the open. And and in a way, I never thought that's a terrible thing. I like wearing my heart on my sleeve, honestly, but
there's another aspect of wearing on your sleeve all the things you regret. For me, I also see it as armor.
Yes.
In other words, you build up this persona because, I've been there, I've done that. I'm not going to let that happen again.
Absolutely.
And you have an aura about you of this, you can't hurt me because I'm, I've been through this, I've been through that. And when you regret it, you don't allow yourself the process of transforming it, transmuting it.
That's beautiful. Yes.
And it does become this armor that keeps people from seeing who you really are.
It's like a thicker skin.
Yes.
That's what people like to call it, because they think of that thicker skin as being tougher.
Right.
And they think of it as being a benefit in a lot of ways. It's a mask.
It is.
And I remember a quote from someone saying, "You have to be careful of the mask you choose to wear, because that mask can become your face." Mm-hmm. And so that's interesting, because I think that's beautiful, Donna, because those things, and that relates to the force field having that little pinhole in it,
right,
where you have that thicker skin, that barrier of protection. This has happened to me that's bad. Well, that built up my strength, and I'm tougher for it. And I think that really makes sense, because then the next line, "You can only remember what you want to forget." I like that, because I feel like that's a little bit of a reference to like attracts like. Being that people have said that if you don't want something, you don't like something, there's something you don't want, you're going to be barraged with it from the universe, because you're actually letting the universe know, in a roundabout way, the message is sent to the universe that is what you are lacking.
That's fascinating, because the next line does say that. You feel it tugging at your heart like the stars overhead. So it's, yes, the universe, it's going to present you with more of what you are focusing on, more of what the energy that you are putting out there.
Yes.
And so if you are remembering what you want to forget, and that's like all you can think of is, I don't want my heart broken again. I don't want, this person to take advantage of me again. You're going to get someone else coming in to take advantage of you.
Exactly.
Because it's almost like being in a state of fear.
Yes.
But more than fear, I believe it is a defensive type of energy.
Yes.
That is based in fear.
Yes.
And that's what draws it to you.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
Till you rest your bones on the killing bed.
Yeah.
So what's the killing bed?
Well, I think till you rest your bones on the killing bed, that could just simply be when we finally transition, and that's where we lay.
In other words, you're going to keep this throughout your entire life until you can transmute it, until you can overcome it.
Or until the day you die.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's fascinating.
And I love the next lines, but I find that part, till you rest your bones on the killing bed, to be very, very interesting to me, because I like that idea that if these things that we're carrying with us, this strength that we're trying to put on our own shoulders, it's almost a burden. Mm-hmm. Carry that burden till you rest your bones on the killing bed. Carry the regrets, carrying the things that we've experienced with this, this life of kind of having dreams that didn't quite come true, and that's why I love that, what you just said, because going back to the dreams falling through the hole in the pocket, those dreams were the things that were being desired, but instead of actually believing that they were deserved, or being that was what they should have, in a way, knowing that is what they are, that is what let them fall through that crack, if you will. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because they're the dreams that, and a lot of people have that feeling where we kind of obsess over them, and we're asking the universe, I want this, I need this, I need this, I need this, but the universe isn't hearing us believe in ourselves that we are actually that dream. It hears the lack of that dream. Mm. And I'm not sure if that's the best way to describe it, but it doesn't.
Well, because when you look at the chorus, or the bridge, the thing that connects it all, let them roll over me when I doubt you. So who is you? And that is the key, I believe, yes. Because it's almost like she's you when I doubt you. For me, I think she might be referring to God, the source,
yes.
The creator, the universe, whatever you choose to call that infinite love that you are created from, the mother, father of the cosmos. When I doubt you, but it's also doubting yourself.
Yes.
Because you are that.
Yes.
And yes. So it's like, what you were saying is like all wrapped up in this. Yes. In other words, let all of this regret, let all of this feeling of loss and drowning and
subtle disappointment.
Yes.
It builds,
yes.
Trying to achieve something, and you're shooting, as they say, I'm shooting for the stars and I'm only going to make it to the moon. Hooray. You're trying to celebrate, but really inside you're like, darn, I really wanted this thing. And those little things will build up. And I think it can be, you're hitting the nail right on the head with the idea. It's all kinds of things wrapped up into something that is so much bigger. And it is that, that belief within ourselves. And yes, this chorus, let them roll over me when I doubt you. It could be spoken looking in the mirror.
Yes.
And so it's really interesting that I feel that, because it's almost like all these little things are like puzzle pieces in a life well lived.
Yeah. I like it as she goes on to say, and you already mentioned this, with the weight of the world resting on my back, and the road on which I've traveled is as long as it is cracked.
Wow.
So I heard something this morning from a good friend of mine, Phyllis, and she talked about someone who wrote something about a crack. A crack lets the light in.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
In other words, you've got this world resting on your back, and you're looking at this long road ahead, and you're seeing this huge crack, and you're thinking, I can't go down that road, it's cracked. But in actuality, the crack is what allows the light in.
It does.
It's what allows you to be able to see.
It does. And it's the thing that is what we are afraid of. The cracks in the road are the things that we try to step over, and we don't, we have a phrase that we used to say when we were children about stepping on a crack. And it's just, there's this fear of what that could be. And the reality is that once that light breaks through, we realize that change is within nature every single moment of every day. We are living in change all the time. And
then we allow the change in us.
Yes.
And you're able to allow those things you regret to come up. But I keep pressing forward with my feet on the ground, for a heart that is broken makes a beautiful sound. And that is it right there, because that heart that you have that big shell over is cracked now. It's broken.
It is.
And the light comes through.
It does.
In such a beautiful way, because you're able to then be you.
Yes.
When you can love all the cracks.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Pure love, unconditional love for yourself. And it is such a shining light. And yes, it is, the love that...
Because then you find yourself.
You do.
You cannot love without loving yourself.
No, exactly.
First.
Yeah. And
we go back to when I doubt you.
Yes.
You that we're talking about. When you find that you,
yes,
then that broken heart is so beautiful, because it's you.
It is, and it can resonate.
You love it.
Yes.
Yes. So it goes back to say, when you're wearing on your sleeve all the things you regret, you can only remember what you want to forget. Let them roll over me when I doubt you.
Oh, that's beautiful. The same lyric as they say, when you're wearing on your sleeve all the things you regret, you can only remember what you want to forget. Because when we want to forget something, for whatever reason, that's all we think about. And that's going back to like attracts like. It's, obsessing over those things that we don't want, because we think that by telling ourselves, I don't want that, I don't need that, this isn't something that is actually revealing that lack to the universe. And that's when we need to say, when I doubt myself, they are going to roll over me. Yeah. Things will steamroll me. They're going to bully me, if you will. And, it can make you feel like you walk through your days like a ghost in a dream.
I love that. A ghost in a dream.
Almost feeling like an empty shell.
Right,
yeah.
Right. Almost like you don't belong here.
Yeah.
Like this world, I'm not being seen.
Yeah.
I'm not being heard.
Right. Yeah.
All of those things that come up when you don't love yourself.
Yes.
You think you're not seen. You think you're not heard. You think you're a ghost in a dream. And a lot of people say that this reality is nothing but a dream.
and it could be. And that's the thing is, it's like in Chicago, there's a song, Mr. Cellophane, because he feels like he is a ghost in the world and people just see right through him and don't actually see him. But the field carries on and my past follows me. It's hard moving on from the things you done wrong. When they play in your head like an old-fashioned song. That is so beautiful. But it reminds me of the things that we carry again, these things that we've built up this thick skin to try to feel like we could be stronger. And it's hard to move on from the things you've done wrong, feeling like they're weighing you down like an anchor from your past. When they play in your head like that old-fashioned song, like a song you can't get out of your head, it just keeps playing over and over again.
And now I can't get that song out of my head. It's just an old-fashioned love song.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
So she's letting you know that life can be difficult. It really, truly can. And it is hard because, if you allow it, and that is the key. If you allow it, your past will follow you. And if you continue to focus on all you've done wrong, then those things come to you and they, they're
going to break through like a pinhole and let you flood you and drown you. And when you're wearing on your sleeve all the things you regret, you can only remember what you want to forget, making you feel like a ghost walking along in a dream, feeling hollow. And
what happens?
It becomes very lonely.
Lonely miles without you.
And the you that's inside. Or being able to bond with that higher power, higher feeling of spirit, of source, of God. And feeling like you don't have that ability to support yourself from within or support yourself from within with your feeling of your spirituality, whatever it may be.
The disconnectedness comes from carrying the world on your back and, constantly thinking about everything you've done wrong.
Oh my gosh, carrying those things like they're weights that we carry because we think for some reason we can't forget them. We need to remember them to be better for some reason. And actually, we need to move on. We need to let go.
If we can drop them and let them go.
Let them roll over me when I doubt you, because that is the things are going to roll over you. They're going to just steamroll you when you doubt yourself. And it's really funny because
that higher aspect of yourself.
Yes,
it is. God within.
The God within
is there.
It is there.
And will let the ground keep my bones. Let the water be my home. Let the dust hold my soul like a holy rolling stone.
So eternal.
Yes.
So eternal.
Water is so cleansing.
Yes.
It can be your home. Let the dust hold your soul. Allow earth to take all that you're carrying and regretting and thinking and holding on to. Just let the dust hold it.
Just like she says, but I keep pressing forward with my feet to the ground. For a heart that is broken makes a beautiful sound. Because there is still such love in those lyrics. It is a true testament, I think, to life can be disappointing. It can be subtly disappointing. Sometimes we have to roll with the punches, as the cliche would say.
Like a holy rolling stone.
Like a holy rolling stone, yes. How beautiful.
Yes, yes. Oh, what a beautiful song, beautiful song. Thank you so much